Hey traders, I have a bit of a gold and silver update, probably mining stocks as well too. And why I'm actually seeing that we're probably going to get some downward leg, we're probably going to get a downward phase coming into gold, silver, and the mining stocks. I'm about to sneeze, so let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, I'm running a webinar today and I'm going to be teaching you my #1 trading system that I've been trading for majority of my trading career. Plus I'm going to share with you the 3 secrets that I use to go from $250,000 in debt to making a full-time income. Very first link in the description, guys. Click on that. Join me for my next free webinar and I'll see you there. So traders, let's have a look at gold, silver, and the mining sector. And I want to talk to you about something that I'm actually noticing here when it comes to the markets. I'm noticing this here, okay? So first thing I'm noticing is a pattern in the markets, and that pattern is this. Let me just remove everything off the screen here. Notice that we're actually doing this here. Check this out on gold, okay? Check this out. So we have a bit of we had a very strong movement up. This was then followed by a strong movement down. So on a first level, what would you call that? Pyramid, John. Let's climb it and then fall off. All right. Actually, you know what? If I flip that upside down, what would you call that? V bottom, right? V bottom. So then this here could be a V top. Okay. So let's actually do this again, okay? So we have that. That's the first thing I'm noticing here. We had this slow move up and a very nice movement up and then a very strong movement down. But then look what's happening here right now. We've just done nothing and now we're just developing like a real sort of tight, sort of sideways sort of flag formation here. As you can see, right? So we're coming back down, and now we're getting a lot of weakness through here where the buyers are not coming back in, right? We're not getting the yeehaw like grandma or Glen McGrath or Kookaburra or something like that, right? So to me, looking at the markets, we're actually getting pretty tight here. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see a follow through on the downside here. And then with that being said, I wouldn't be too surprised if we then saw a bit more follow through, at least coming back down to these levels here, right? So this is that major level of support through there. That's that last low. And we can see this sort of, right? You can see how possibly that level through there, right? That's that level through there. Definitely, that's that definite through there. So let's just have a look here. So we definitely had that level through there. Then it became that level through there. Now it became that level through there. Notice how we're definitely starting to, notice the angle is definitely starting to flatten out a lot more, right? So we're coming down through to here. So again, bit of a bear flag formation. And it does look like that, we're getting very, very, very weak here. And there's also a lot of support down the bottom here as well too. So I wouldn't be too surprised, guys, to see on gold, this bear flag formation start to eventuate and then start to see a drop to the downside and then a follow through. Now guys, this is on the short term level, okay? Very short term, but on a short term, we're probably going to see a bit of a pullback coming into the mining sector there. Moving over now through to silver. And silver is definitely squeezing up into a descending triangle pattern. We can see we actually come back down through to here. And now you can see the last week we've been doing pretty much nothing through here. Absolutely nothing at all. So what's been happening, right, is we're squeezing up. I wouldn't be too surprised to see maybe this happening in here and then a breakdown. Once we get the breakdown, guys, I believe we're likely to see a follow through. Now, if I go back to my support and resistance levels, there is major support around the $20 level. There's definitely major support there. So on a short-term level basis, you could see that through there. Now, what would be very, very powerful for a short-term trade? Let's go to this one here. What would be very powerful for a short-term trade that I'd be looking out for is I would see how this 20 moving average is coming down like that. I would want to see this 20 moving average. Let's actually just go sideways a little bit more. Let's actually do this just for a little bit longer. Let's actually get this moving average to catch up like that. Then let's get a breakdown like that. Then that'll be a shorting opportunity for me to take advantage of the shorting term movement through there, right? So that's what we're seeing through there on the mining sector. Let's go back to just the good old charts here now. Let's go back to GDX. And GDX is still continuing to be in a very strong downward short-term trend here, right? We've had a high, we rallied up. As you can see, lower high, and we're about to break this low. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we started to see this more, and we started to see a follow through on the downside on that GDX. The GDXJ, same thing as well too. What are we getting here? We're getting that lower high. We're about to break this low, I believe. So I believe we're likely to start to see a movement on the downside. SIL, same thing. What are we getting here? We're getting a high, a lower high. It's still in a very strong downward trend. You can see it's coming through here. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see this type of action happening on the SIL and the SILJ, same thing as well too. This is that low point through there, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see this thing flush down as well. So on a short-term basis, guys, the metals and the miners are not looking good, and I believe there's going to be more weakness coming very, very, very soon. So hope you enjoyed this, guys. Make sure you click on the link in the description to go join my webinar. Or if you like to see, if you haven't seen my 2022 stock market price prediction, there should be a thing on the screen there right now. Click on that, and I'll see you in the next video.